Hey y'all, it is Sunday, January 8th. I don't know what to do with myself today. We got up, we had these gingerbread pancake things. Let me show you because we got the mix. I think it was at Lidl and we got all these boxes for like 50 cents. Probably the worst breakfast ever because it has like zero protein. Let me see if I can find a box of these. Normally we'll have like eggs, maybe some bacon, something like that in the morning, or we'll have leftover meat from the night before for some protein. But here's what we had this morning. There, that's what we got from Lidl. Doesn't that look amazing? Now, we didn't do sprinkles and whipped cream. We didn't have a little gingerbread man. And it's probably like the crappiest breakfast ever, but boy, did it taste good. And we got these boxes for like 50 cents each. So there's 5 of us. And so the notion that we could feed an entire group of 5 for 50 cents, we just laughed and laughed. Now, I could have put some protein powder in it and maybe some eggs and made it more proteiny. But that just didn't happen. The other thing that is really kind of depressing me right now is this. So we took all of the ornaments off of the tree and it's just sitting there just looking sad and barren. We just haven't gotten up the energy to actually take the tree apart, and then haul it back out to the garage. And we had all of our little village houses, the light up houses over here, and they were up on the steps and everything, and we put it all away, and all that's left is the cords. And this is like the most, actually wait, did I ever show you guys this one? This is like the cutest. Let me turn it on. Okay, so this is supposed to be Times Square in New Year's Eve, and that's the little ball. Look at this. Let me see if I can get it to go. Yay! Now this was done in 2002. Look, and the little ball goes down. Isn't that so cute? Yay! The original of this came with numbers so that you can change the date. And my husband bought it off of someone like on a Facebook group, and the person didn't have the original numbers. So we're stuck with 2002, but we can imagine that it was 2023. Boop. Anyway, all of the decorations are put away. It is a gloomy, rainy Sunday, and none of us really know what to do with ourselves. I just came back from the gym with my son, and we walked around the mall for a little bit, but truth be told, I don't need to buy another thing for a while, so there was no point in actually shopping. My closet's full. Anything I could ever want, I have more than enough of. So what was the point of walking around the mall? He certainly didn't need or want anything. So we came back home, and here I am trying to figure out what to do. I think I'm going to make a cup of coffee and just sit down and just be for a minute. I'm not doing any makeup today. I don't even know if I'm going to wear fragrance today. Ooh! Gasp. Shock. I'm probably going to wear some fragrance later. Let's be real. And we're making burgers for dinner, and that's about it. That's the Sunday for today. Oh, I know what. I can show you all how I have rearranged my fragrance shelves to bring me some joy and peace. Let's go upstairs. Come hang out with me. Actually, before we go upstairs, another Lidl find for, I think we paid $2 for this, an Oreo cookie house, a gingerbread house. My husband loves building these things. It's like halfway built. And my guess is that it'll probably stay this way for a very long time. Look at it. So cute. It looks like a Pinterest fail. I love it. And we're not done. He finally got rather, these gumballs to stick to the tops here. Yeah, I need to get my nails done. But isn't that funny? I love it. I'm still rocking the same bed situation, and I quite like it. Remember the vlog where I went to pick out some bedding? Well, I enjoy this a lot, and I found that this one here, I can actually wash it every week, and it comes out just fine. I was worried about putting it in the washing machine. I thought it would come out more matted, and actually, as long as you use nice dryer balls, it actually works out just fine. In fact, I have been using these wool dryer balls that I got from Amazon. It's a pack of 6. And I actually have essential oils that I sprinkle onto the wool ball when I go to dry my clothing, anything, towels, bedding, clothing. So I'll put the dryer sheet in, but I'll also put in the wool balls with the essential oils, and it makes that entire laundry area just smell so fantastic. And it gives all of my linens and clothing and everything a nice little scent for weeks to come. And the smells that I have right now, the essential oils, are like a Christmas collection. So I think I'm using something called Holly Jolly, which smells a little bit peppermint and chocolatey, and it's just a really fun smell. So I spent some time last weekend redoing my fragrance shelves. They were so messy. If you've watched that other channel, you know that I took some time to actually rearrange all of my shelving by type. So for example, this is a mostly vanilla shelf. And let's see, I have, for example, all of my vanilla chocolatey fragrances over here. I have like fragrances that have nuts in them, pistachio, almond, whatever. In this area, macadamia, my fall spicy scents. You get the idea. My coffee fragrances are huddled over in this corner. My ambers are down there, my woody fragrances. And then I have like my ouds and sandalwoods and the leathers. But the point that I'm getting at is that I took a few hours last weekend to just organize things in actual rows. They were looking really janky and super messy. Everything was just kind of crowded. Now there's at least some semblance of order to them, one behind the next. And I have a better sense of what's sitting on the shelf. And I'm really excited about that. It creates some organization and it pleases my mind, you know. But what I'm most proud of is organizing this crazy looking linen closet. I had so much stuff in here and I still have a lot of stuff in here, but these shelves just had, I mean, it was like I could not find anything because there was just madness happening everywhere. There were like fragrance decants everywhere in here. There were all kinds of perfume bottles. There were 10,486, body and hair products, lots of hair tools. So I finally organized, and part of the organizing was decluttering. So even though this looks like a lot of fragrances, and it is, there were even more. So I went through and did like an initial declutter, an initial cleaning out of fragrances that I was either no longer reaching for or that I was keeping because I liked it, although I liked something maybe better than it that was in the same scent family. Whatever. There were lots of different reasons. And I put all of the oddly lying fragrances in this bowl here, which I love, that my husband carved. And I also organized all of my face products and everything like that, my creams, my serums, all of that nonsense. Face products here, brushes. These are hair products. Everything's organized. And here was a miracle. I actually reduced my fragrance, decant, and sample and travel spray collection down to just this little section here. I used to have, let me show you. I used to have this plus all of these full of travel sprays and decants sitting in that linen space, and it was just a hot mess, and it was giving me a headache to look at it. So I took hours to go through a lot of my fragrance decants and narrow it down to the ones that I really like, and also take notes on the ones that I tried so that I can pass them along to other people to also try. I also pulled some eyeshadow palettes that I really like, but I haven't been using or maybe enjoying as much as some others now. And I'm gonna pass along a few. My sister has claimed Enduring Love from Sydney Grace. Beautiful palette, beautiful. I have others, and I love Sydney Grace, and it's my #1 formula, as you know. This is gorgeous. I better not look at it too much because then I won't want to give it to her. But I have these singles, like the 40-something singles of Sydney Grace that I think I would reach for before this one. And then I have Sunrise, palette from Natasha Denona, which I have enjoyed, but again, wasn't reaching for as much. I cannot believe I'm giving away any Natasha Denona or, spoiler alert, Pat McGrath palettes. But, the fact of the matter is I have so much eyeshadow. And this is one that I just wasn't reaching for the way that I would the others. Very nice color story, and she can, use it and put some life back into this gorgeous palette. And then this Pat McGrath Golden Opulence. Did I just say Pat McGrath with an F? Pat McGrath! Like, first of all, the packaging is so pretty. It's almost like a holiday packaging. I don't know when this came out, but it reminds me of like glitz and glamour for the holidays. And that's what it looks like inside. There we go. Another gorgeous palette. Oops, there's a little bit of glitter in places it doesn't belong, but a beautiful palette. I just have other Pat McGrath shadows in that exact same set of colors that I would reach for in the bigger palettes before this one. Beautiful, beautiful package though. And then I'm letting go of Kathleen Light's ColourPop Dream Street palette. Isn't that pretty? But again, I rarely reach for this. This is one that I have kept I'm so sorry, I'll have to look at these nasty nails. But this is one that I have kept because it's no longer made. It's discontinued. But you know, I'm letting go of that keep it because it's discontinued mentality, along with a lot of other thoughts that I have had. But anyway, I'm no longer going to keep stuff just because it's discontinued. I need to actually be using it, like it, whatever. So really lovely little palette, awesome for travel and all of that. Another Natasha Denona. I cannot believe this. There's two, spoiler alert. This is the Zendo palette. Now, look how stunning of a color story that is. However, again, I have a lot of these blues and green kinds of tones, and certainly I have 500 million, billion, gazillion, fulfillion palettes that have these tones in them. And so I wouldn't reach for this one before the others. And so I'd love for this to get some good use in another home. By Zendo palette. This is a palette here, the Love palette, that I actually like a lot. Let me show you. This was like a Valentine's palette last year or the year before. I don't know. The years are all running together. Isn't that just a stunning color story? Well, people don't normally wear like these kinds of reds. So that one was a hard one to wear, heart. But these other colors, the purples look gorgeous on me. The pinks do too. Again, I have similar tones in other palettes, and this is one of those palettes, as much as I enjoy it and think it's beautifully done, that I don't reach for as much as I would like to. So I'd love to pass that along to get some love too. I am partially sick that I'm breaking up my Natasha Denona collection and giving away 3 of the middies, or maybe selling them on Mercari. I don't know. We'll see. And then this is one that I got recently. This is a newer one. It's a Mood from ColourPop. Again, look at that stunning color story. Lots of fun ways to use this palette. But as I said before, I have a lot of these colors elsewhere. And this is one that I wasn't reaching for as much, although it is a fabulous color story. So I think I'm going to be saying goodbye to this one, although there's nothing wrong with any of these palettes. Well, some of the Zendo formula is not as fantastic as Natasha's other formulas. There, you can see it better there. And that was one of the criticisms of the palette overall when it first came out. This is an excellent formula. The Sunrise formulas, all of them were fabulous. This is a fantastic little palette. All of these are great. Sydney Grace and then Pat McGrath. So how do you guys feel about buying eyeshadow palettes secondhand? It's something that I have done for forever. It doesn't bother me at all. I'll go on Mercari and look, and I know people are really funny about that. They're either like, you know, hell no, I'll never do it. That's disgusting. I could never use somebody else's eyeshadow palette. Or people are totally cool with it, or people just don't know. You can use a mixture of just alcohol and water to spritz, like put it in a spritzer, and spritz an eyeshadow palette, and that sanitizes it without messing with the formula. I haven't done it often, but if there's a palette I really want and it's either discontinued or I can't get a hold of it for whatever reason, I'll look on Mercari and see if somebody is willing to sell it. And if it's in good condition and seems like it's been, you know, it's not hitting pan and looking all janky and nasty, I'm happy to take a look at it. It doesn't bother me at all, the concept of that. I'm all out of order. I guess I should have talked about this as I was showing you the shelves and the fact that I rearranged them all. There's my vintage shelf up there. You see some of those beauties? Now, for me, vintage means 20 years or older. That's the definition I am sticking with. But anyway, what ended up happening was, that I ended up pulling all of these off for sale or giveaway. One is on the floor. One is the loneliest number. I'm so sorry that you're all by yourself down there. All of these are finding new homes, and all of these are going to be finding new homes too. There's nothing wrong with these. In fact, that is why they have stayed with me for so long. I don't reach for them anymore, or I reach for them less, or like I said, I have fragrances, like for example, Tom Ford Eau de Soleil Blanc, fabulous, but I now have the official Soleil Blanc Eau de Parfum, which I actually prefer, slightly more than this version, which is a little bit lighter. This is freaking gorgeous, but I don't really need both of them, and I won't use both of them. I'll probably reach for the Eau de Parfum before this one, so I'd like to pass that along or sell it on Mercari or something like that. And then this is a fabulous, let me say that again, this is a fabulous dupe for Rouge Malachite or Malachite from Armani Privé, but my husband gifted me the original bottle for Christmas, and so I don't need that one anymore. It doesn't make sense for me to keep it because I'll reach for the other one first. Although, y'all, this is magnificent as a dupe. And I recently purchased myself Vert Malachite, and this is a dupe of it as well. So there's no need for me to keep this one, although it is fantastic too. And finally, I have these that I am giving away or passing along, including those in there for similar reasons. This one is not included. This one is staying. I just have to figure out where to store that one. So yeah, one of the things that I really, really love, ooh, hello little squirrel, about when it rains is that we have this creek behind the house. Let me see if I can zoom in. That begins to fill up. We won't see the effects until later today because it just sort of started raining this morning. But that creek kind of swells. And what I love is right about there, let's see, that little section there forms a little waterfall as it continues to move its way downhill. And it's such a cool thing to listen to and to watch. And then last night we had a family of deer that just bedded down right there. It was a really cool thing as we grilled our chicken and whatever, and got ready for a good movie night. I'm needing a new microphone to use for YouTube. The little one that would clip onto my chest that you might have seen in the other videos. Something funky is happening and it's creating some weird feedback that no one else on Amazon is complaining about. So I think I'm probably using it wrong or something, but I really don't want the problems, period. Like a microphone is supposed to enhance the audio experience, not make it worse. And I just can't figure out how to get it to work. So if anybody has ideas out there, if you're a YouTuber or you do podcasts or anything like that, let me know if you have a microphone that isn't fussy. That's the big thing. I didn't want like a huge contraption with like a boom arm and all of that, but I may have to go that route just to get better audio. So let me know your thoughts. I'm going to look up I think they're called Rode, R-O-D-E. Is that how you pronounce that? Microphones here, and maybe see what else is on sale because we love just shopping for a good sale. So this is the abrupt end of the video, and I'm seeing in the camera other stuff that needs to get put away, those Santas and things. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got. Little reorganization, little declutter, feels really good. I still have the closet videos with an S on the end to finish. I think it'll be 2 more videos, or maybe I'll just do like one marathon closet organization declutter video and post that. If you remember, I did 2 declutters for the closet. So 1 more or 2, we'll see. Anyhow, the next video I've already recorded, and it's just kind of a little report out. And it's the favorites and the mez and the fails from recent skincare and makeup hauls like through the holidays. Not a huge long one, but just like the highlights of all of that. So I'll see you in that video. Thanks for hanging out. Take care, friends.